Hello everyone, this is Jade Inspiration Masters. As a part of our inspiring series, we get an opportunity to meet the difference makers, the entrepreneurs, the artists, and the special people who are making a difference not just in our lives here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, but around the world. And today is no different. I have a very special guest with me. We'll be talking to Mr. Amar Chandel, and he's going to talk a lot about holistic healing. Welcome, sir, to Inspiration Masters. Thank you so much. You could find time and come and talk to us today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Mr. Amar Singh, and he will be telling us a whole lot more, but I'll give you some basic information. So he's the author of self-help books, 3 hugely popular self-help books: Cure Yourself Naturally, Stress to Serenity, and the best-selling Perfect Health in 20 Weeks. And Amar Chandel has been practicing integral yoga. He's been doing the naturopathy and holistic healing for more than 3 decades. During this period, he has helped thousands of people to get rid of supposedly incurable diseases only through lifestyle changes without the help of any medicine. He's a recipient of Haryana Ratna Award instituted by All India Conference of Intellectuals. Weight management and natural enhancement of body's capacity to heal itself are his specialty. He combines millennia-old yoga practices with state-of-art nutrition research to increase body's immunity manifold. He has devoted his life to learning and teaching advanced techniques of yoga, pranayam, and meditation, which are an effective antidote against modern-day stress and tension. The comprehensive stress reduction program that he teaches has helped a large number of people get rid of emotional difficulties, depression, tension, mood swings, excessive sensitivity, and anger. He's a strong votary of maintaining one's ideal body weight if one has to lead a happy life. By following the comprehensive weight management plan, many obese students have lost as much as 70 kg. He has done his diploma in naturopathy, yogic sciences, DNYS, from the All India Nature Cure Federation, New Delhi, in 1st Division. He has been delivering lectures on the subject like health for busy professionals in various universities, colleges, and reputed organizations in India and abroad. Besides, he's invited regularly to Jalandhar Doordarshan TV station to answer viewers' health and nutrition related queries. His talks are also broadcast on Chandigarh Harman Radio in Australia and ATN networks and in Canada. He is journalist by profession and holds MA, BSc, BJ, LLB degrees. He is retired as associate editor of The Tribune, Chandigarh, after 34 years of service, and now writes for such publication you might be aware of, such as Times of India, Indian Express, the Daily Post, the Economic Times, and he has visited the US, England, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Sweden, Luxembourg, Belgium, Holland, Israel, Canada, Egypt, China. And today we'll be talking to him about holistic healing. So before I proceed and talk to him, just the general word, I want to bring it to you that none of us sitting here will be talking all about health, but none of us sitting here are medical doctors. And this is not for the medical advice. This is just to intrigue you on leading a healthy life. So anything which is told today, mentioned today, is for information and education purpose. You need to talk to your physician before making any lifestyle changes. Again, with that, we get started into finding out more about holistic healing. So thank you very much for coming here, and we are really intrigued by what you've been doing. So tell us something. The most important part is people are busy here. They don't have time. That's the biggest problem people have. So how do busy professionals take care of their health? That's the biggest question everybody comes up with. So tell us something about it.
Well, I have only one message to the busy people. If you don't have time to take care of your body, then you have to have time to fall sick.
That's right, yeah. Either one.
So the choice is very
Choice
limited.
is simple, yeah.
And as far as I know, you can't tell a disease that I'm very busy this year.
Right.
Please visit me next year.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
So in exactly the same way, what you have to do has to be done. It has to be done when you can do it.
Yes.
Right now, most people say that I don't have the mind to do it. Tomorrow, you may not have the mind and also the body.
Right.
So it is better to start when at least you have your body to function under you.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you have to find time for it.
Yeah, that's something which you fix the roof when it's sunshine out there, not when it's actually raining. So that's a good way. Yes, exactly. So
time we all have. We have time to talk to each other. We have time to go to the theater, movie, and do a million other things. It's just a question of putting the right priority to your own body.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And it's always said that we got one.
Exactly.
That's what you have for as many years you want.
Yes.
So it's a choice whether you want to keep it healthy. But I like your idea that raising the question that you have to spend time. Whether you want to spend time in doing exercise or you want to spend time in the doctor's office or taking medicine, that's the choice. So what is it somebody who's interested in staying healthy? What are the steps, how they start?
Now, that is exactly opposite to rocket science. It is so simple that we totally forget it. There are only few minor things that we have to take care of. It's a very good machine. Requires minor kind of upkeep, minor kind of daily care, nothing more. In general, we can extend the list, but the very basic thing is one, your food has to be right. The most significant part is that your food has to be right. And again, no need to go into any technicalities. We have the simple term called junk food.
Yes.
Stay off junk food because, as you know, wherever you throw junk, the place is called junkyard.
Yeah.
So if you want to turn your body into a junkyard, go for the junk. If you think it should be in a slightly better shape than a junkyard, then you better avoid that.
That's a good one.
Junk food.
Like that.
In that, both your eating and drinking comes into the picture.
Yes.
And very simple rules and just healthy food would be good enough. That is one part. Secondly, physical activity is equally important.
Yes.
I'm not exactly saying exercise, just being active is good enough.
Yes.
So what I recommend to all my students is that, look, our body was designed by nature in such a way that we should be active for at least 8 hours every day.
Yes, okay.
We have been given a special right in the present 21st century that God has been so kind that even if you're active for 2 hours, it is enough. So it is quite relaxation from 8 hours to 2 hours. If we don't do even that, then God is going to be very angry if there is God. Otherwise, we definitely know.
Yeah, definitely that.
Nature
if
is
not even do 2 hours, then there is always going to be some kind of problem.
Some problem.
Yeah.
So in fact, your obesity and your aches and pains are now a warning sign from nature. It is an angry phone call from nature that, look, buddy, you're not doing even the basic minimum.
Right.
The disease proper is now a legal notice.
That's right.
Or nature has served you.
That's the final.
Notice.
Yeah, that's okay.
That, dear sir or ma'am, you're not following the basic terms, basic terms of the contract.
Right.
You better watch out. We are on the verge of taking legal action against you.
That is right.
And as you know, in the case of nature, the eviction is your
eviction. I like that idea. Eviction means finally
departure from
this planet. So when I wrote the book, it was become remarkable now. It was something totally different. But one of the chapters talks about health, where the equation I put in mathematical format is H equals to D plus E. D doesn't mean the particular kind of diets which are out in the market, but food. And E is exercise. So your health is dependent upon two things, diet and exercise. But I never went into the detail after that. It is just a presentation of an equation, but now we are going in depth into that D and E, both part. So I'm really intrigued that I'm interested in finding out that how my formula, the rest part works out, because I just put out a formula, but there is no follow-up on that. But now you're going to do a follow-up on that. So you already told us that to avoid eviction, we need to follow certain things.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
these are the most important two factors. But you can add to that your breathing, proper breathing and proper stress management. Those can be still given the secondary position. But what you put in your book is absolutely the elementary formula. Diet and exercise are absolutely compulsory, and spending some time on both of these. Diet is again such a simple thing that we have written a million books on that.
That is true. That is true.
We don't have to go into all those technical details. The basic things are so simple that we have to eat as close to nature as possible.
Okay.
Anything which grows on God's plants is eatable.
Eatable.
Anything which comes from man-made plants is better kept on the shelves of the mall.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Good advice. Yeah.
So our basic diet has all along been fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds and sprouts. This has been our diet, and this should be always remembered that even grains are not our natural diet. In millions of years of our existence, we have been eating grains for only past 10,000 years.
Oh, okay. That is good to know.
We never ate grains before that. After all, only when we learned how to farm, only then we started eating grains. And that was only an emergency. There was shortage of fruits and vegetables. How do we make people survive?
Right.
So then we started growing crops. Now, those grains and your lentils and rice cannot be more than 20% of your total diet. It's like ethanol.
Right.
Because there are shortages of petrochemicals. So we mix 10% of ethanol.
Ethanol, yeah, that's right.
If you put in more, your car is going to conk off.
Yeah.
In our case, the maximum you can put in of your grains, rice, legumes, beans, and non-vegetarian food, it has to be within 20%. You cannot go beyond your 20%. We are going beyond 20%. See what is happening.
Yes.
We have this epidemic of obesity. I mean, some people are dying because of malnutrition, but more people are dying of too much nutrition.
Too much nutrition, yeah.
Obesity is one problem. Then there's the problem of aches and pains, and we've very conveniently given it very big sounding names like fibromyalgia. And then there are regular diseases which were not known about 100 years ago. And if at all they were known, they were very, very rare. For example, in our lifetime, you must have seen this change. Cancer used to be such a rare disease.
That is correct. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe 1 or 2 persons in a whole city would have cancer, and that will cause such a dreaded response.
That is right. It was causing panic when you hear cancer. And it was rarely you would hear somebody has cancer.
That is it. And today, I mean, every third house would have somebody suffering from cancer. And then we have brought in some new diseases also. I mean, your and my grandfather wouldn't have heard of thyroid. They wouldn't have heard of cholesterol.
Yes.
And so many other things.
That's right.
So these are the lifestyle related problems. They are not exactly diseases.
Yes.
As far as the diseases are concerned, they've been already taken care of the medical fraternity. I mean, 200 years ago, people would be dying of smallpox, leprosy, TB. Those were the
those
diseases.
were the killers. Yeah, that's right.
Cholera.
Yeah.
Medical science did tremendous work in saving millions of lives.
Yes.
But today we have replaced them all.
Yes, yeah.
Health is no better.
The idea isn't gone away, but it's just replaced with something different.
Now, those were at least communicable diseases. You could blame somebody else on that. I caught it from somebody.
That is right, yeah.
Obesity, fortunately or unfortunately, is not communicable.
You chose because food doesn't attack you. You choose to pick it up and put it in your mouth. That's right. Something is just not. You cannot blame on anybody else. That you drive through McDonald's and you ask for that and you pay for it and you put it in your mouth. I mean, you can't blame anybody for it. That it happened because of the environment. Yeah, that's true.
And you see, we made modern techniques of growing crops and modern techniques of storing food so that everybody gets to eat basic food. It wasn't meant to feed some people so much that they start looking like pigs themselves. That was never the idea. But that is what we're doing. We just think that if there's enough to eat, why not eat it? So that discrimination, the intelligence that we used to have, we've lost it. Especially with the modern affluence, food is one thing that you can have as much as you feel like.
Yes. Yeah, there is no restriction once you have food on the table. I mean, you can eat it all.
Eat it all if you feel like. That doesn't mean that we should. What I recommend is that you should know your upper limits. Otherwise, then the God acts as a policeman. Then he blows the whistle on you.
That's right. You get your warning signs. You get all the things. Yeah, true.
That is one thing. And then the same thing goes with the exercise part also. exercise, what we call exercise today, was part of daily life.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah,
physical
because,
activity
that is true.
was very, very intense for everybody. But in the past 50 or 100 years, several changes have taken place all of a sudden. One, we moved from agrarian society to industrial society.
Yes.
We moved from villages to towns and towns to cities and cities to metropolises. We moved from blue collar jobs to white collar jobs.
Yes.
We moved from active jobs to sedentary jobs, desk jobs.
Yes.
We had automation for everything.
Yeah. True.
And then the spread of money also. The middle class spread up very wide. Say 200 years ago, there'll be one rich man who would be leading a cushy life, but the 99% of the population would be working hard.
Right.
Today it is the other way around.
Yes.
So since there were machines and there was chances to get machines, we think that we have the luxury of not doing anything.
Yes, that's correct.
Unfortunately, your body doesn't agree.
Yeah.
It says, I don't care how rich you are, you bloody well work as you are expected to. The only relaxation was that in place of 8 hours, at least work for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's right. I have one of my mentors, Mr. Jim Rohn, used to say that you cannot send somebody else to go into the gym and work out for you. That's not practically workable idea. However money, you cannot send somebody else that I want to build some muscles, you better go to the gym.
Exactly.
That's not going to work.
Yeah. And I'd like to add to that you also cannot hire another person to go to hospital in your behalf.
Your behalf, yeah.
That I'm falling sick, I'm too rich or too busy to fall sick. Okay, you take my place in the hospital and
it
you
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that, so you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So these are the two cornerstones of your health. So diet cannot go wrong and exercise cannot go wrong. And my request to all my students has all along been that even when everything else is going wrong, everything is going against you, you must keep these two things right. Your food should not go wrong and your exercise must not be ignored. Unfortunately, exactly the opposite happens. Whenever you are in trouble, which we all are, in the modern times, we all have one tension or the other.
Yes.
The moment we are under any kind of stress, one, our food goes for a 6.
Yes.
We get that comfort from the food. It'll be, some will start drinking, some will start smoking, and some would just eat
a lot of sugar.
Like
me, I'll take a lot of sugar. Okay, a lot of stress, a lot of sugar.
Yeah. So, but the more sugar you will have, the more junk you will have, more would be your stress. Please,
True.
that should be taken care of. That it will be momentary kind of a relaxation, but you have to pay a very heavy price. Just the other day, while holding the course, I was telling the students that when you consume one molecule of sugar, man-made sugar, you destroy 54 molecules of your magnesium in your body. So sooner or later, you will get magnesium deficiency, and it is directly responsible for everything from heart problem to depression to Alzheimer to Parkinson.
Yeah, and the whole chain of events starts with a single unit of sugar.
This is just 4 or 5 things. The actual list goes beyond 100 diseases, physical and mental.
That'll be interesting. So people have, the real question people have is, I want to live very long and I want to live very healthy. And I don't want to do any of those things. And the funny part is that when people get the advice that, okay, you do this one and eat this and do this, they think, oh, if I do this, will I live 100 years? Or will I feel as if I live 100 years, even if I'm living 50? That's the real question comes in, where people are really scared of any of the things, which, I mean, sometimes I know that, okay, I need to do exercise and eat healthy, but junk is so attractive.
Yes, of course.
Tell us some tips about, or viewers the tips about, okay, how do I pass by a McDonald's and not have my burger and I'll go home and eat broccolis or something like
Exactly.
that? How do I do that? Or how do we advise the kids to do that?
Somehow we associate it only with longevity.
Yeah.
That somebody would live longer. Like, especially in India where I come from, the standard practice is that it will be better to live 20 years less than to stop eating these
That
things.
is right, yeah.
Why 20 years? We are willing to cut it to half also. But the question is not about how many years you would live.
Yeah.
The question is, what kind of life would it be?
That is true.
You see, if somebody could guarantee me that I'll live 20 years less, but I'll live healthy,
Yeah.
believe me, I'd like to join you in going to all the
That's
food
right, yeah,
shops.
that
I'd
is true.
definitely go with you. The only issue is that it'll be not only cut short,
Yes.
the pain and diseases that come that can be dangerous.
That is
So
right.
if you have seen somebody in pain,
Yes.
you must have noticed that in that state,
Yeah.
spending even one day is difficult.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like you're 30, you could be still in the hospital and still be in pain and still be in trouble. And you haven't passed that much time on the planet, but you cut down a whole lot from the back end.
That is what.
So it's both happening at the same time.
So you might, with the help of medical aid, you might go on up to even 90.
Mhm.
But if the quality of life is bad,
Yeah, it's probably not worth living.
it's not worth living.
That's true.
And I see these days that those countries where the insurance is available,
Yeah.
it is the healthy people who are paying for the upkeep of the people who don't take care of themselves.
No, that is true. For me, I'm in the pharmacy, and when you talked about holistic, we talk about holistic medicine or holistic approach. The holistic approach is you would laugh at it, but the holistic approach is that if you're taking 5 medicines, how can I see that if you take 4? And that is not coming from the doctors. It's not coming from the medical profession. It is coming from the third-party payers who are interested that if I'm paying for 5 medicines for my members, can I pay 4? So they are incentivizing to see that you have a holistic approach. That why is this person taking three things for cholesterol? Can we have him take 2 or 1?
Exactly.
It's not based on person's health. It's based on the economics. That
Right.
we have to pay less. It's the other way around. The whole system runs around. But that's what we call holistic.
Exactly.
It's not something what you're mentioning. It's way far apart. It's like taking less medicine is not holistic. That's why I'm really intrigued with what you say, that there shouldn't be any need for taking medicine if you pay attention to the warning. So also the physical and emotional health are linked.
Absolutely.
Tell us something about that part.
Well, this has been in our preschool days also. We have all grown up with the saying that a healthy mind and a healthy body.
Uh-huh.
You just cannot have a healthy mental state unless your body is okay.
That is true. So true.
I come from India.
Uh-huh.
There they take it a step further.
Uh-huh.
The saying there is, Jaisa an, vaisa tan, vaisa man.
Yes.
As is your food, so is your body, and so is your mind.
Yes.
So just by changing your lifestyle, you can improve both things, your bodily functioning also and your mental functioning also.
Yes.
Because mind or your brain does not have a separate source of energy. The
That's
same
right,
source of
yeah.
energy, the same food that you eat also feeds your brain.
Yes.
So if you want to let that function properly, then the food part and the exercise part has to be taken care of.
Right.
The body has to be taken care of. That is the roots from which the tree called your brain grows.
Yeah.
So nobody can be mentally healthy unless he's physically
Physically
healthy.
healthy, yeah, true.
And so it is a win-win situation. You set one right and the other comes as a
takes
bonus.
care of it, right?
So
because that's so, in the pharmacy side, we do more than 30% of our businesses basically into the other side, which is depression, anxiety, and sleeplessness, and all those things are the main part. And that is all stemming from, of course, from the body, because we call it popularly GIGO, the garbage in, garbage out. What goes in, and that's going to impact both mind and body. And there is a lot of things going on the internet. So, and of course, you're intriguing a lot, but people are going to go and find the answers on the internet, but that might not be the right source. So tell us something where people should be added to, because anybody can write any article on anything on the net. So what are your suggestions? Like how do we go further with that?
exactly what you said, ego.
Yeah.
If the garbage is going in
Yeah.
into the internet, then only the garbage will come out from the internet.
Yeah.
We should be extremely wary of the kind of information being put on the net.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be the last person to depend on internet for wisdom.
Yeah.
Knowledge, yes. Information, yes.
Yes.
But wisdom cannot be quantified on the internet. My request would be you should believe in two nutritionists. One was your grandmother on the father's side, and the other is the grandmother on the mother's side.
Oh, that's a good one. So you got two people to trust.
You see, they had the wisdom of maybe 5,000 years or 10,000 years. It was tried and tested. All these present day so-called diets come out from the research of 3 months, at best 6 months. They can draw absolutely wrong conclusions. They keep on changing like fashion.
Oh, that is true.
Every few years.
You've heard so many of them.
Yeah.
When you look up, there are several out there.
So they go through so many U-turns. And I can take a specific example. Coconut oil.
Okay.
Till about 10 years ago, the top people said that it is very bad, it is sticking to your entrails, this is doing this, this is doing that. Then suddenly, one fine morning, we found that it has been turned into a hero. So much so that today, as you know, some people swallow 4 to 5 spoons of coconut oil without any other reason except that they are told that it is good for them. So it swung from a bad oil to a good oil, and then something again happened last year. They again started saying that it is bad for heart. So this kind of short-term things, they are okay in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
You must be seeing it all along. Your labels keep on getting wider, wider, and then suddenly you find that they come back to the shortest.
That is right, yeah.
That's okay there, but not in the food industry.
Yeah.
Your grandmom had that wisdom. The only thing that we have to take care of is that even her wisdom was related to certain food items at that time. For example, if they ate that much of butter and clarified butter, what is called ghee, then it was okay.
Yes.
But we have to modify that according to our present day situation.
That is right, because our movements have changed, because it's based on diet and exercise. If our exercise goes down, then accordingly our diet has to balance it out. Yeah, true. So that is so much interesting. You intrigued a lot of people with all of this. How can people find you, and what are the kind of programs you do? How do you help them? Tell us something about that.
Well, as far as finding is concerned, very simple. I have a website called amarchandel.com that works, and I have an Indian number. 91 is the Indian code, 954170001 is my number. And I'm always available, at least on the email called asknature @gmail.com. The programs are very simple. I live in a city called Chandigarh, so the people come and I give them personalized, tailor-made advice on how to take care of their health. Economics of the advice is such that if I have to go abroad or go anywhere else, then at least 5 people have to come together.
Yes, to make sense and make your time valuable. Yeah,
with the kind of transport charges being your travel, air travel, etc. being so expensive. So at least 5 people, like I'm in Dallas right now, so some people got together and invited me.
So you go around US as well as other countries too?
Most of the countries.
Yeah. That's amazing. So again, we'll have the website and everything listed on there. And any other advice you want to share with our viewers, which they can practice, they can look for, the sources they can look for, or some of the simple things which they can do? Of course, I always advise everyone to check with the doctor before making any dietary changes or any exercise changes. Those are a very important part. But where do they get started if you have some piece of advice for them to look
mine would be very simple, and you rightly said that all individuals are totally individual.
Yes,
one size doesn't fit all.
That is true.
So they must take the doctor's advice. But one advice which fits everyone on this earth is what I would like to give, and that is eat like a bird and work out like an animal.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, most of us do exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
We prefer to eat like an animal and work out like a bird. So please just do a U-turn there and you would be doing good. You don't have to get into the technical details and diets and this diet and that diet. The simple, basic, universal formula is only one.
Right. So we'll be visiting your website for more advice on that. And again, I thank on behalf of the entire team of Inspiration Masters. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving us a piece of advice.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy. As you heard something, eat like a bird and work out like an animal. So I'll see you in a week. Again, this is Jed Inspiration Masters. We are a communication and leadership training institute. All of these interviews are available to you on Facebook. You can like us on Facebook and don't miss a single one of them. Also, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Inspiration Masters, and you can find all the interviews and all the advice and all the information you're looking for. So again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in a week.